What's up everyone, you're Bob back with another video, and in this video we're gonna create a camping site social media banner. So let's get started. So first of all, what we're gonna do is click on file, create a new document, and in this we're gonna change its size from 8 to 820 pixels by 420 pixels, and the rotation will be like this. And in the advanced mode we're gonna click and change the color to RGB and then click on create. So we have our box right here. So now what we're gonna do is, let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, what we're gonna do is we are gonna create a rectangle first, and by the size same as the artboard is 820 by 420 pixels, and then disable strokes and then align it to the artboard by, in the align window, click here and align it to the artboard. Select, check that, and just click on them to align vertically and horizontally to the artboard. Now what we're going to do is add a gradient to this rectangle that we created. So to do that, what we're going to do is in the gradient panel, we're going to click on the gradient. It'll add a black and white gradient to this rectangle that we created. Then we, in the gradient slider, what we're going to do is add some color. I would go with something like purplish to add another slider here, location of 50%, and then to something like dark blue, and then to a lighter blue, right? Something like this. Oh, oops, I just deleted the purple one, so let me reconsider that one by selecting again the rectangle and adding the purple to it. Then with the gradient tool, we're going to change the flow of the gradient on the rectangle to maybe something like this, from the left top corner to the right bottom corner. Yep, something like this we're going to stick with. Now what we're going to do is go to the object, lock, and lock the selection. So we have locked this background. Now we're going to create an ellipse or circle, we can say. Here in the rectangle, right click and choose the ellipse tool and draw an ellipse, something like this, and change its color to white. Yep, this is what we're going to do. Now with the selection tool selected, what we're going to do is select this ellipse and go to edit, copy, and then paste in front. You can use the keyboard shortcut Control C and Control F. Now we're going to change the size of it a little bit, make it a little bit smaller, change its color to black. It's not necessarily necessary that you change it to black. You can change it to any color, that'll work. And here it is. Now select both these ellipse and then use this, click on the shape builder tool and create this shape, right? So now, as you can see, we have created a different shape. So now what we're going to do is again select both these ellipses and then drag them to the side while holding Alt, so to create a copy of these, and make this one a little bit smaller, something like this, so we can align them. So now we're going to send this one to backward. So select both those ellipses, go to right click and go to arrange and send them backward, and you can use the keyboard shortcut and send them backward, something like this, right? Now we're gonna add the reference photos, so I'm gonna just add them. Okay, after you added both the reference photos in front of the circle, click on them and send them backward. So this black circle or black ellipse is in front of them, and select the ellipse and the picture, both of them, and then right click and make a clipping mask so the picture sits inside the circle. Do the same with this other picture. Yeah, we're going to stick with something like this. And for this white ellipse, what we're going to do is add a gradient to it, but this time we're going to stick with 2 color gradient and select this orangish color and yellow, right? Something like this will work, and same for this one. Now change the shape of this ellipse a little bit by using the curvature tool. Select this and select on the edge and add another anchor point and make something like you know, funky out of shape thing, something like this. Do the same with this one. Yep, something like this. Now what we're going to do is select this ellipse and here click on this diamond, and here you can see it. Then Control C and Control F is going to paste another ellipse in front of it, and with the selection tool, just rotate it to get this kind of shape, and do the same with this one. Control C, Control F, and just rotate it to get this kind of shape. If the gradients aren't matching or are on the same channel, then you gotta flip them to have a different effect, but mine wasn't, so I'm just keep them the way they are. So now what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add some lines here. So use the rectangle tool, drag while holding Alt and create this. Now select this, rotate it at 45 degrees. Something like this will work. Create another copy while holding Alt. Just change the shape, change the size a little bit, something like this. And yep, this will work. And another one on this side, on both sides of this bigger rectangle. Okay, so we're gonna stick with this, and then maybe add a white stroke too here. White line, we can say, not stroke. And stroke menu, click on white, and just something like this will work. Okay, so with the selection tool, we're gonna change its position a little bit and hold Alt to create a copy of this, and just play with it a little bit. Yeah, and now we can select them all, change the blend mode, something like soft light, yeah, or overlay we can go with. Yep, then we're gonna create another copy and just drop it at the bottom of this. So yeah, this is it. So if you wanted to stick a little bit more out, then just drag it a little bit down, and yep, this is it. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some information about this camping site, but I think before that we're gonna add a picture to this background. So to do that, what we're gonna do is go again to File, Place, and select the picture. Just drag it. Yep, something like this. We'll make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, something like this. And then what we're gonna do is send it backward. Yep, something like this. But in front of the background layer that we just created, and apply the gradient on. And then what we're gonna do is go to the opacity in the blend option, change it to screen. Yeah, this is looking good. Now it's kind of affecting these lines that we created, these rectangles, so we're going to change the setting of those, or maybe we can just go to soft light or overlay. No, we're going to stick with screen, but we're going to change the setting for these boxes that we created. So now we're going to go to effect and then go blur and add a Gaussian blur on it. Maybe 15.2 is right. Okay, it's going to take time, and press OK. And for these, what we're going to do is select these rectangles, and then in the blend mode, just keep them change this to normal, and maybe change the opacity to like 15%, something like this. Yep, and the same for this one. But before doing that, select both of these and just go to Object, Lock, and lock the selection, and then select these rectangles that we created. Again, change their blend mode to normal and change the opacity to 50%. Yep, this will work for now. Or you can just change the color if you want it to have a different color. Maybe go to red with the red, something like this. Yeah, something like this orange, this dark orange color. And now this is good. Okay, now what we're gonna do is create another rectangle by the size of 820 by 420, and just align it with the artboard horizontally and vertically, and then go to Object and unlock everything, and press Ctrl A with the selection tool selected. Then right click on the rectangle and make a clipping mask, so everything sits inside that rectangle, right? So after that, we're going to create another layer and name it text, so it won't mess with the layers beneath or the shapes beneath we've created, right? So now what we're going to do is we can add some text right there. Yeah, as simple as that. So we can go like camping, sorry about that, camping site, and just maybe all caps will work. In the corrector menu, I'm going to make it all caps, and let's make it something around 36 pixels, and change the font. Yep, this will work for now. camping site name. So yeah, now what we're gonna do is add another line down here, and that will be like about the camping site. Yeah, decrease the size to maybe like 18. Yeah, something like this, and then drag down and just maybe something like some details about some details and your offerings you're gonna add here, and maybe just slide it a little bit to the side so it kind of aligns good. Well, and yeah, that's it, and just make it white. So yeah, this is nice, right? So now we're gonna add another rectangle right here, something like this. This will work, right? And just make it a little bit roundish, so it don't look that much edgy. With the eyedropper tool selected, click on this rectangle, this clip, so we can copy the gradient right there. So now we're gonna go again with the text tool and say tap and contact now, something like this, and even make it more smaller, like 15 pixels. Oops, sorry. And then select both these text and the shape, and then in here, right here, change it to align selection and align it vertically and horizontally. And yeah, don't forget to change the color to white, or maybe the other color that you want to stick with. And yeah, sorry, I just messed up a little bit. And okay, select both of these, maybe drag them a little bit down. I've selected also the background, so I'm just go and align it. Okay, now what we're gonna do is add two options where we give detail for the person who see it to contact the owner. So what we're gonna do is click here in the symbol menu or window, and here if this isn't showing up on your screen, then click on Windows, and here select symbols and click here. From the libraries, go to mobile, and here drag the mobile phone from right here, and then the email. These two are what we need. So align them with each other, select them, make them smaller, something like this, and then drag this email a little bit to the side, so we have room to add the number. Then add the number something random like +1-000- oops, sorry, 0000, and change it to white, or you can stick with black and maybe go with 18. If 18 is too small, then feel free to resize it, and then drag while holding Alt and create a copy, and with the text tool edit it to something like email address 8 camping site.com, and make this one smaller, something like 12 pixels right there, so the owner of the camping site will add its detail right here. We can add some little bit more detail like this. Go on contact, effect, and just go in the stylize, drop shadows, and a drop shadow my setting is good for now. So we're going to select, double click here, select both all these ellipses, and just go to edit and apply the same drop shadow there. So this is looking good. So yeah, that's it. So if you find anything interesting, helpful, and you learn something, then please feel free to drop a like, comment. I would love to answer questions, and yeah, subscribe for more content like this, and see you in the next one. Peace.